Good evening from Tallahassee, where the lights are on, the crowd is rocking, and a new college football season is ready to begin. Tonight, the Florida State Seminoles open Week 0 against the New Mexico State Aggies in a primetime showdown under the lights at Doak Campbell Stadium. Florida State will look to its explosive senior wide receiver Deuce Robinson to ignite the offense, while New Mexico State counters with veteran playmaker T.K. King, a senior receiver capable of changing the game with one big catch. It's the pageantry, the tradition, and the excitement that only college football can deliver. The wait is over. Florida State and New Mexico State are ready to kick off the 2026 season. Coming up next.
Stadium in Tallahassee, Florida. Another season of EA Sports college football kicking off here in Week 0. It's the New Mexico State Aggies and the Florida State Seminoles. Reese Davis, David Pollard, Jesse Palmer here in the booth. Holly Rowe is down on the sidelines, and we check in with her right now.
There is a lot to prove in Tallahassee this season. Coach Mike Norvell has answers after a disappointing 5-7 season. They got the upset Week 1 against Alabama, but it was not a strong season after that. Fans in Doak Campbell want to see if they can get back on track and become one of the powerhouses they once were in Tallahassee. Guys, back to you.
Thanks, Holly. Looking forward to see how this one goes. So New Mexico State's kicker approaches the football, and the 2026 season is underway. On the run from inside his own 5. He'll be brought down at the 22-yard line. Good coverage on that one. His return is stopped short of the 25. So Florida State's offense will go to work first. There's the dangerous Deuce Robinson. Every time he gets a chance to make a play, the entire stadium holds its breath.
And man, this guy is fun to watch. You do not want to take a bathroom break. Sit in your seat when this offense has the ball, because at any point in time, this receiver can make the unbelievable highlight catch, David. His catch radius is as good as there is in all of college football. He has an unbelievable ability to just reel it in, and we just expect it to happen today.
It's just a knack, and it's almost like every weekend you're going through social media, like, where's the clip, right? Like, because he just makes these clips that most humans don't make, whether it's one hand, whether it's two hand, whether he's guarded or not. Like, he just has this unbelievable knack of playmaking, and we will see it today at some point in the ballgame.
Dropping back, it's Daniels. Just too much mustard on that one. Can't miss the target that badly. They couldn't connect on second down. Now staring at a 3rd and 9. Under fire. Hit as he throws. Another incompletion on 3rd down. The Seminoles will bring the punt team onto the field. They'll look to pin him deep. The ball hits at the 5, and it'll go into the end zone for a touchback. So New Mexico State's offense takes the field for the first time in this game. Let's take a look at our impact players. This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. On the delay, it's Stanley. Shakes off the defender.
Well, it's plays like that that will help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on first down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
He makes the tackle at the 33 after a pickup of 5. They're going to ride this running back. Good pickup on the ground, and they'll mark him down at the 39. Got 6 on first down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. Rides to back and leaves it. Creates a little room. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line. The Aggies are moving quickly down the field. They've been running it, but now the pass. Strong pass rush gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46.
And how about the defense getting home with the pass rush? Playing man coverage in the back end. You need to win up front. Those guys got to get to the quarterback. Do a great job rushing the passer. I can play man when I got a pass rush like that.
And the Aggies trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Looking to throw, it's Webster. Makes the grab. And he was knocked down immediately. Very short pickup on that one. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires it incomplete. New Mexico State will be forced to punt. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. That thing was down for a while, but the big bounce carried it into the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. The Seminoles offense comes out ready to get this drive started. Makes the quick grab. Got the completion, but nowhere to go as that defense reacted quickly. To the air on 2nd down. Here comes the heat. Oh, he wants it all. Makes the grab. Off and running. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Florida State. He got loose, and it was lights out after that.
And that's what makes this guy so dangerous. You get him the ball early, and he can do all the work after the catch. Phenomenal job in the open field. Uses the speed. It's a long touchdown. Man, it feels like an earthquake just went off here.
And it's so nice to have that guy that you can find, and he can make all that damage after the catch. And I tell you what, as a defense, you got to respect it. You got to get more eyeballs on him and more attention to him.
They get set for the point after as we have the first score of the game. And the extra point makes it 7-0. That drive a great example of just how potent this offense can be. 2 plays, 80 yards, give them the touchdown. On the move from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Aggies offense will have another go at it. Finding themselves down 7. Picked off. What a play to set him up. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover.
And what a great job by the defense that time. Cover 1, man coverage, and did you see how everybody was impressed? When you press receivers, you disrupt their timing. You get your hands on them at the line of scrimmage. You jam them, and it completely disrupts the quarterback in his thought process, and that time, that was a big reason that ball got INT'd.
Offense making its way onto the field to start the drive. Might be changing the route. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. They'll make the stop, but he gets 4 on the play. Balls at the 25. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Wide receiver going in motion. They go right back to him. Got it into the red zone, dragged down at the 18-yard line. Down to the 18-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Quick release on the RPO. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening. The Seminoles are threatening on 1st and goal. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2. Now on 2nd and goal. Here comes the option. The pitch. Touchdown Seminoles! Excellent pass by the back on the option. When you're handed a break with unbelievable field position like that, you better finish the deal, and they did.
You saw the quarterback jog on the field. I think he gave a high five to every one of those players coming off that just put them in position to go score that touchdown. That QB knew this was a golden opportunity, and boy, he took advantage of it.
And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And finished the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. He'll start the return inside his 5. The coverage team maintains his discipline, not much doing on that return. After that kickoff, the medical staff is out there to tend to the injured player. Here comes the Aggies offense out to start this drive. They've gotten off to a sluggish start and need to put something together on this drive. They go to the counter. Can't get him to the ground.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
He'll run it again. Spins away from the defender. My, oh my, 41 yards for him on the ground now. What a first quarter for this guy. The give, it's Jones. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Jones. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1. To the air, it's Webster. Flips it out to the back. He gets it out to the 28-yard line. Not enough to pick up the first down. Here's the return. They'll wrap him up and bring him down, and that's how we'll wrap up the first quarter. We've come to the end of the period, and Florida State has the lead. Really strong performance so far to be able to build a lead here in the first period as we look at the stats. Going to need to step up to make sure this one doesn't get out of hand as the second quarter is about to get underway. They've got a first down here to open the period. Knew where he wanted to go with it, but couldn't find his target. It's incomplete. Working well behind the sticks on second down. They'll run the option. Now the pitch. Good pickup on the ground, and they'll mark him down at the 39. And the Noles come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to convert here. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. The throw to the outside is complete. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one. Running to the left. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. Doing some serious work on the ground. Out of bounds at the 35 after that big run. Motion from the wideout. Handoff from the gun. Not much room to run. Let's give him 1 to the 33. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Back to pass, it's Daniels. That's reeled in, it's Robinson. And that defense is there to guide him out of bounds after a short gain. Looking to throw for it. He's going to run it. Quarterback slides, and he's got enough for the first down. The Noles have it with a 1st and 10. From the red zone, looking for a space. They go to the wide receiver screen. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up. Motion from the wide receiver. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage. And they've converted their first 2 third-down opportunities, but a 3rd and long is a different animal. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Unloads to the wideout. And they won't be able to connect downfield, looking for a big-time play. Now on 4th down, here comes the field goal team. It's good. And that will extend their lead even further. Looks as if we have an injured player for the Aggies on the field. Medical personnel out there checking on this senior defensive back. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He'll be stopped short of the 20-yard line on the return. They'll mark him at the 19. The New Mexico State offense returns to the field. After giving up that score, now it's incumbent on this offense to kind of get a back and forth going, Jesse, in this game.
They got to put some points on the board here. There's obviously a lot of football to go, so it's not necessarily panic time just yet, but I'm getting the ball into the hands of my best playmakers on this drive.
I hear you, Jesse, but not panic time. Have you seen my defense? I mean, I'm not trusting them to get a lot of stops, so it puts a lot of pressure on this offense.
Here they come, trying to convert a 3rd and short from the 28. Looking for a man. It's Webster. Oh, the big fella almost had the interception. Instead, it'll be 4th down. The Aggies send out the punt team to kick it away. Wants to return it. Everybody stays in their lanes well enough, and they stop him at the 31-yard line. We'll see the offense make its way onto the field here, hoping for a successful drive. Got a little space. Just working and poking and prodding and finding his way up to the 36. Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Right back to him. And they're able to shove him to the turf as they stop him for a short gain. 3rd and 3. The offense changing the play. They'll try to bully their way for the 1st. And they make the stop just short of the line to gain. Inches to go. It'll be 4th down. The Seminoles will send out the punt unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. And the ball hits at the 3 and gets into the end zone. It'll be a touchback. Here comes the New Mexico State offense to go on the attack. They've got nothing done so far, and they already find themselves in a 3-possession hole, Jesse.
Yeah, and as a head coach, you're wondering, what didn't I say? What didn't I do to get my team ready to go? Because we look like we're sleepwalking at this point.
Yeah, nothing went well in the 1st quarter. You just say refresh. Like, let's try to find a way now, chip into this lead, try to make it somewhat manageable when you get to the half.
Trying to move them on the counter. Picked up maybe 3 on the play at 2nd and 7. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. Back to throw, it's Webster. He'll take the deep shot. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Under fire. They got him. Great pressure by this defense.
Well, this offensive coordinator has to be scratching his head because he's trying to keep his quarterback protected. He's trying different things, sliding the offensive line, keeping tight ends and running backs in, chipping, going empty, getting the ball out quickly, but it's not working. We're just losing the one-on-one battles up front, and in the 2nd half looking forward, I don't know if they're going to be able to fix it.
New Mexico State will be forced to punt. Whistle blows, we are at the 2-minute timeout, and man, oh man, can these guys use a score to cut into this lead. And the ball hits at the 3 and gets into the end zone. It'll be a touchback. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Turning it on. They stay aggressive and push their way out to the 33, and it's 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll ride the hot hand. And he was able to get away from one tackle, but plenty of help was on the way. Decent pickup on that play. He's up to 81 yards rushing in this 1st half, and he is making quite the impression in the opener. Now we get a timeout taken by the Seminoles. That's their 1st. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. And the Seminoles have it with a 1st and 10. Wants to go right back downfield. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. To throw, it's Daniels. And he drops it, just took his eye off of it at the last minute. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Here's the pressure. Another incompletion on 3rd down. And the Seminoles will try to pin them back with the punt. He'll try to really get into this one. Nice directional kick there like a solid iron shot. Here we go. They'll try to get something on the board here in the final minute of the first half. Rides the option, he keeps it. And he couldn't find any room to breathe. What a great job on the run fits by this defense. Looking downfield very late in the half. Snagged in the middle, it's Pride. FSU calling its 2nd timeout. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. They make the stop. It'll be 4th down. The defense does have a timeout to use if they want to try to put up points before the half. We've played 2 quarters here and reached halftime, and we will now check in with Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, week 1, the start of a brand new season, and it's our pleasure to welcome you into the EA Sports College Football Update Show. We begin with the UNLV Rebels taking on the Memphis Tigers. And it's UNLV trying to win the home opener. They've got the lead midway through the first half. Let's take a look at some of the other notable games going on, including one that looks like it could be headed towards Upset City.
It did have the accurate score for TCU in North Carolina, so that's cool.
Stadium. This running back is enjoying one very productive day. He's the bell cow for this team. They are not afraid to give him the ball, and he's a big reason why they're 2 quarters from a win. With that said, let's send it back to the guys at Doak Campbell Stadium.
The Seminoles will kick it away to start the second half. And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Aggies offense will have another go at it. They come into this 3rd quarter with a lot of work they need to get done.
Yeah, and it starts with this possession. And I'm going piece by piece. I know this is coach speak and very simple. I score, I get a stop. I score, I can get back in this game, but it's got to be one drive at a time.
It's going to have to be, but I think the mindset offensively is we're probably going to have to score every time we get it because our defense has.
Caught, and he's got room. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line. New Mexico State lines up quickly. And off to Jones. Spins away from the defense. Stopped after a gain of 3. It'll be 2nd and 7. Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long.
A nice job being gap sound by this defense. And here you go. Watch what this offense does. They'll get right back on the ball, and they'll go really quick, so you got to be prepared.
They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down.
Really nice run there, picking up the first down. Now they're right back up to the line of scrimmage, ready to go again.
Looking for a man. It's Webster. That pass is incomplete. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. They'll send the tight end in motion. The run inside. It's Jones. Brings him down at the 27-yard line. It's a pickup of 15 and a first down for this offense. That's caught. It's Ellison. And they pick up just a few on that completion. Short completion on first down, and here comes 2nd and 8.
And a great job by the defense seeing it right away, reacting to the screen, going and getting the football, and getting the fast playmaker on the ground.
Grab behind the line. It's Jones. They'll stop him just short of the first down marker on the screen. The Aggies line up trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. He'll try to get to the marker himself. Got enough to move the sticks. First down from the 17. And the Aggies kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work. Off the play fake on first down to throw. And here's a fumble way behind the line. Defense has it. They're on the move. There he goes. He'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there. And maybe this guy was hoping somebody would bail him out, like a tuck rule or something.
Not going to be so lucky this time around. Give the defense credit. This pass rush is serious. It's real. And this quarterback is now going to have to play with a clock in his head that's going off just a little bit quicker. He's got to do a better job understanding when to get rid of it.
They'll run play action. Always a welcome play for the defense as they get a sack at the 47.
There we go, defense. That's the play you needed to have. All night long, you've been giving up big ones to this offense. That's why you're in the position you're in right now, down by multiple possessions. But finally, they come away with their first sack.
That last sack got them behind the sticks. It's 2nd and long here. Looking downfield, it's Daniels. Safe completion on the screen. And he never had a chance. As soon as he caught it, the defense was right there. On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44.
3rd and long situation, we're bringing an extra DB on the field, and we're telling our front guys to pin your ears back and go get the QB, and they get the job done.
The Seminoles send out the punt unit. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Oh, man, that is an absolute rocket launcher of a punt. And he can't quite get it down or out of bounds. It's into the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Aggies offense out to start this drive. They'll run the counter. Tripped up at the 25 after picking up 4. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Looking to fire. Pressure coming. Unloads to the right. Got him downfield. They've got him down at the 40 after he ripped off 15 yards. Now from the 40, it's 1st and 10. Wants to throw it again. Looking to the big tight end. It's picked off, and another empty drive. Going the other way, and he's got room. Touchdown, Florida State! And they turn it into a defensive score.
And this is exactly what you dream about for a defense. Forcing the big turnover, making the pick, and then putting points on the board yourself. Great play by the defense.
On to attempt the try. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Tackled and brought down right at the 20-yard line. Good coverage there. The New Mexico State offense returns to the field. And off to Jones. Crosses the 30, he's got a lane. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down. Off play action. Throws to the wideout. Catch in the middle. It's Ellison. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down. The Aggies peeled off a huge chunk of yardage through the air and now back to the line. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. That, friends, is a busted play. Incomplete. Well, will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Running inside. It's Jones. Finding some room. He now has 108 yards on the ground, and that will put him over 100, and what a way to start the season. On third and short, they'll try to pick it up on the ground here. Works his way forward, has enough for the first down. Ball spotted at the 32. And the Aggies come to the line with a fresh set of downs. To the air, it's Webster. Fires to the big fella. First catch of his career, and you see why they believe this freshman tight end can contribute early. The play action fake. Pocket breaking down. And down he goes. The defense bringing the heat.
That's his second sack of the ball game. That dude is getting after the quarterback offensively. What's my adjustment? First of all, I'm going to roll out away from him. I'm going to double team him. Let somebody else beat me, not that guy, because his speed off the edge is killing me.
And this offense just has to find a way to convert this third down, or else they are really in trouble. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Fires to the wideout. Had it right in his hands in the middle of the field, and it trickled to the ground. It'll be fourth down. Looks as if there is a Seminole still down on the field. The Aggies send out the punt team to kick it away. This will be the fifth kick of the night. Punt goes out of bounds, and a really nice job as they stick them deep in their own end. They'll mark it around the 10. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Brought down at the 21, but a really big play there to pick up 10. Ball spotted at the 21. It's first down. They'll move the wide receiver. To the ground. He's got it again. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Back to pass. Got it in the middle, it's Robinson. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. What a day it's been on the ground for these two guys, and they just seem to get stronger as the game goes along as we take a look at the numbers. One more period to go, and we'll see just how much fight they've got left in them. After swapping into the field, they gave them a little time to figure out how they'll open the final period here on third down. Hand off from the shotgun. They'll keep this drive moving by picking up the first down. They have it at the 36. And the Noles are rolling down the field. Might as well give it to him again. Maybe some room here. Brought down at the 46, but he got 10 on the play. The offense setting up shop at the 46, 1st and 10. Early movement on the offense will push them back a bit. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. And he'll find enough running room to get it just short of midfield at the 49. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Out of the gun to give to the back. Strong, firm tackle. It'll be 3rd and long. Wide receiver comes in motion. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Still 3rd down, but a little less manageable after that penalty. Going to try to pop one on the screen. Almost popped free on the screen, but he'll be stopped short of the line to gain. It's 4th down. The Noles will line up to punt it away. That leg is staying loose. Already the 5th kick of the night. And that ball will sail into the end zone for a touchback. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Jones. Good, solid pickup on that one, and they've got it out to the 40, and it's 1st down. After that big gainer to open things up, they'll put it in play from the 40. Off play action on 1st down. Finds his man. It's Pride. Oh, what a move to get room. Makes the catch, and he's free. He's got the sidelines going nuts as he gets it down to the 18-yard line.
The offense has struggled. They're not going to win this game, but trust me, this coaching staff is still trying to find things to build off of for next week. And after an explosive play like that, maybe they can generate just a little bit of momentum and gain a little bit of confidence that they can keep coaching up heading into their next game.
That big play has them in business. 1st and 10 inside the 20. From the red zone, it's Stanley. He's stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there. Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. The pull and throw off the RPO. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion. Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal. Gets the back moving. Wants to throw. It's Webster. He's got him. Absolutely nowhere to go as his defense makes a 3rd down stop. Tries to get it on the ground. Made a defender miss. He's got enough, and they roll the dice on 4th down, and they keep the drive alive. New Mexico State has it 1st and goal. Wide receiver going in motion. They'll run it on 1st and goal. This time they stop him behind the line of scrimmage, and boy, that has been rare in this one. Barrels ahead. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, New Mexico State.
And this offense finally gets something together and gets on the scoreboard. It's not over yet, but this is a good sign, man. They got the positive momentum. See if they can build on this, even though we're in the 4th quarter.
Now a 2-point conversion attempt coming up. He'll set up to throw. And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. And he coughed it up, and good thing he got it back himself. They're down big, but they'll keep fighting to the bitter end and line up for the onside kick here.
Well, here in the 4th quarter, they were obviously expecting onside kick. They got their hands team on the field. They're able to jump on the ball and make sure they get possession.
They'll try to pop the draw. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10. They feed him again. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground. Ball just inside the 40 at the 39. It's 3rd and short. Motion from the wideout. Dropping back, it's Daniels. Unloads to the wideout. It's complete. He's finally stopped, but not before he takes it into the red zone. They'll mark it at the 18. Now on the counter. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Clock stops. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and this offense just a couple of minutes away from putting one in the win column. So now it's 2nd and long. Keeps it on the option. And they'll bring him to the ground after a short gain. They'll turn to the Wildcat to keep this drive alive. Motion from the back. Snap to the back. Throws to the wideout. Got his man. They make the stop at the 2, but he's got enough to give them a first and goal. And while the game is all but decided, why not try to get another one if you can? That's part of the fun, right? Motion from the wide receiver. This defensive front just ran free in the backfield. He'll lose 3. With the clock running, this should be the final play. The old coaching cliche, go win or no every week. And for the first week, they get it done.
Great start to the season. That's what you want. You want to come out, find a way to win. Was it perfect? Absolutely not. You're going to find things to work on throughout the season. But 1-0, that's where you want it to be.
And I think if you're the coaching staff of this winning team, you've got to like what you've just seen. First game of the year, there was tremendous effort on the field. Guys flying around, flying to the football, trying to make the plays necessary to win this game. They definitely made a few mistakes, but that's what practice is for. But if you're the coaching staff, I think you're very, very positive right now moving forward.
That's going to do it for us as the season marches on. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis. This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football.
So I'm not sure the Florida State players should have been that excited defeating New Mexico State at home 24-6. As I record this, Florida State is a 30.5-point favorite in that game. They end up winning here just by 18, but it's still a win. Taking a look at the team stats here, they tied on first downs. Each team had 16 first downs. Total offense, New Mexico State actually outgained Florida State 297-271. Pretty average day from the Florida State offense. Rushing yardage, New Mexico State had the edge 137-119. Passing yardage, New Mexico State had the edge 160-152. Third down conversion percentage, Florida State did have the edge there, 45% to 22%. Turnovers, New Mexico State had 3, 2 interceptions, one was a pick 6, and they also lost a fumble, and Florida State still only won by 18. Time of possession, Florida State did win that by just over 2 minutes. Looking at the player stats for Florida State, Ashton Daniels finishes 15 of 22 for 138 yards, 1 touchdown, no interceptions. For New Mexico State, Rob Webster finishes 13 of 21 for 160 yards, no touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Leading rusher for New Mexico State, James Jones had a good day, 22 carries, 141 yards, 1 touchdown. For Florida State, Quintrevion Wisner also had a good day, 23 carries, 124 yards, 1 touchdown for him. Leading receiver for Florida State was McCahey Danzy, something like that, 5 catches for 116 yards and 1 touchdown for him. And for New Mexico State, they, I guess we'll say, were led by Devin Ellison, 4 catches for 40 yards for him. Leading blocker for New Mexico State was Hayden Harlan, 8 pancakes for him. For Florida State, Deuce Robinson, the receiver, led the team in pancakes with 9. Defensive leaders for Florida State, they were led in total tackles by Jabril Rawls with 10. Tackles for loss are led by Mandrell Desir with 4. He also led the team in sacks with 2.5. Great day for him. And then Trey Bell III had the pick 6, and Nehemiah Chandler also had an interception for Florida State. For New Mexico State, no interceptions. It was Jason Guan and Enzo Pierre Tayu had the 2 sacks for the day. Sone Aupui, something like that, had 2 tackles for loss to lead the team, and he also led the team in total tackles with 10. Kicking for New Mexico State, no kicks attempted for the Aggies. For Florida State, Brandon Garner made his only field goal attempt from 43 yards out. He was also 3 of 3 on extra point attempts. For punting, Daniel Hughes of Florida State had 5 punts for an average of 54.4 yards per punt. For New Mexico State, Eric Barton had 5 punts for an average of 47.4 yards per punt. Kick returns for New Mexico State, TJ Pride had 4 returns for an average of 15.7 yards per return, and Lyndon Rivar had 1 return for 13 yards. For Florida State, Devin Carter had 1 return for 21 yards, and Trey Bell III recovered the onside kick. Punt returns for Florida State, Samuel Singleton Jr. had 2 returns for an average of 12.5 yards per return, and for New Mexico State, no punt returns for them. Scoring summary. In the first quarter, Florida State gets on the board first with an 83-yard touchdown pass from Ashton Daniels to Makahi Danzy. And then Florida State adds a 2-yard touchdown run from Quintrevion Wisner. It was 14-0 Seminoles after one, and they thought they were rolling anyway. The second quarter, Florida State adds a 42-yard field goal from Brandon Garner to lead 17-0 at the halftime break. In the third quarter, Florida State gets the pick six from 46 yards out from Trey Bell III. It was 24-0 Seminoles at the end of three. In the fourth quarter, New Mexico State does get a 2-yard touchdown run from James Jones. They go for two and don't get it. That gives you your final score of Florida State 24, New Mexico State 6. So a rather pedestrian ho-hum victory for the Seminoles, but it's still a win. They start out 1-0. The Aggies of New Mexico State start out 0-1. Let's see what the headline says for the game. Home field advantage. The Florida State Seminoles are now 1-0 after defeating New Mexico State at Doak Campbell Stadium, 24-6. You see there. You can see Trey Bell III had the pick six and one tackle. James Jones had 22 carries for 141 yards, one touchdown. And the stats there, Florida State only led on the scoreboard. New Mexico State led in total yards, passing yards, and rushing yards. But defensively... Yeah, well, I'm not sure why it's showing yards allowed. They're giving the edge to the team with the more yards allowed. That doesn't make sense. But anyway, Florida State gets the win. Moving to our next game. Right now, I'm just operating under the idea that we're going to play every game. I'm not sure I'll be able to do that. It looks like, I don't think this was a 3:30 game before, but we've got Kennesaw State at Florida International, a Conference USA matchup. That is the next game that will be coming your way. So until then, we will see you as the Florida State Seminoles move to 1-0 with their 24-6 win over the New Mexico State Aggies.